have to go and configure intensive logging. We have to put log levels, and inside SailPoint, using SailPoint logging itself, no, we will be able to discover the errors or the roadblocks we are facing. So for coding and syntax, to eradicate syntax related issues, we can definitely rely on Eclipse. But any case of troubleshooting, we need to again come back to SailPoint environment, the logs that are getting created to handle that. Okay, but
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. The question why I asked is because due to the syntax issues, because we are not aware, since we are new, right? Most of us are new here, so we are not aware of what exact modules will be there within particular functionality or the objects which we are using, right? So any IDs will assist us to know what exact ID or syntax to be using. So I believe SailPoint doesn't do that within the IIQ itself.
Yes,
So that's why.
SailPoint will do that. SailPoint will, whatever you will get in Eclipse, right? The same
Mhm.
thing SailPoint will also tell. When
Okay.
we are using SailPoint, the SailPoint editor to write
Mhm.
rules or import. So SailPoint itself will give you the syntax. Even there are, if you don't use jar files, the jar files that are associated with SailPoint, if you don't onboard that in Eclipse and try writing code, so even those errors which are provided by SailPoint won't be appearing in Eclipse, because Eclipse doesn't know, right, which
Exactly,
product you
exactly.
are handling. Yeah. So that is how. But yeah, since SailPoint is a Java based product, right?
Mhm.
So all the objects, all the XML that are being imported. So using Eclipse, we can do even Notepad++ is very helpful there to identify a lot of things, and importing Notepad++ and running the rules, workflows inside SailPoint. Using logging, we can easily troubleshoot the errors that are coming in. So yep, for the ones who can easily use Eclipse, that is already configured, uh, we can go ahead and do that, and we can screen share wherever we are getting stuck, we can do. But in our VMs, right, the VMs which have been provided, just to ensure we don't have any optimization issue, so we will be using Notepad++ and importing that into SailPoint environment. So through that as well, we'll be able to identify any syntax related issue. But yeah, if you have Eclipse in your local, that is also fine. You can use that. And any sort of roadblocks we are getting, we can screen share. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, fine. And so I think I'll just check with Gaurav quickly. So if meanwhile any no questions from anyone, so we can go ahead and start the installation process today. So today, like we'll be having all our concepts around the initial components of Identity IQ. We'll ensure that we are clear with that, and the installation is good, so that any hands-on from tomorrow and any customization will be easily to carry out in our respective VMs and troubleshoot. And also you can go back, and I'll be providing lab session where you can carry out that on your own and then come back, so you won't have any dependency, uh, right? So yeah, with that, Gaurav, are we good now with all the assignments of the lab, or we are still waiting for any machines? Okay, might be Gaurav is off system for some time. Yeah, let's check with each one of us here. So all, they have the corresponding machines tagged now, and all of you have the usernames and are able to get in the VMs. Okay, so for Bharat it is good. Akash, I know, and Ram also is awesome, perfect. Yeah, Said, thank you.
For Vijay, it is Not there. Vijay Soni.
Oh, Vijay, yeah. So the student name is also not there. And who else was not able to log in? Ankit. Yeah, Vijay, I'll be. Yeah, Vijay Soni, you have that, right? Okay, yeah, your mail was given, but I think, yeah, let me check with Gaurav offline. So, Ankit, what you are facing, what issue?
It shows my password is incorrect.
Yeah, so after okay, right, you have to put sale/administrator welcome 123. No,
Yeah,
no,
I am
your
doing same, but
no, no, your slash. See, your slash is, I think, the other way around.
okay,
That
okay, okay. Got it.
So Gaurav, any like for Vijay Soni, we haven't tagged him with any machine.
So one of my colleagues shared this micro focus portal. So I just have to put the sale/administrator, but the password it's not accepting. So
No, you can share your no. So first you have to have a student ID. So that you have got like ST something and then 2425. That will
no, I don't think so. I don't have any. I just shared my email ID, but I don't have any student
yeah, yeah,
ID
yeah.
right now.
So Gaurav, if you are in, if you're mute unmute, so you can just note down this for Vijay Soni. We want to have this. Okay, yeah, I think Gaurav is working on that because he is placing in the chat the instructions.
Hmm.
Just put
This one kit actually.
yeah. For Vijay Soni.
Vijay
Okay.
Soni. Yeah.
Yeah, Vijay, we'll go and yeah. Meanwhile, this is getting ready for you, right? So you can just observe
Yeah.
uh, one of our colleagues here, where we will go ahead and try to install SailPoint. So we
Correct. And
already have prepared all these softwares just to ensure we are saving time there. When and how to download those softwares will, while we are going through the installation, I'll be also providing that, so that in your respective machines or your personal system you want to go and install SailPoint, you can do that.
when
So
are we
again,
recording this session? Sorry to interrupt.
this is no Lakshmi is the point of contact for that. I think from the same organization, Lakshmi Narayan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
We are
can.
recording
I
it.
see
We
the
are recording
recording
it.
is going on. Yeah, I see the
Correct.
recording is
Thank you.
going on. So maybe yeah, Lakshmi will be provided. Okay. Okay, Ankit. Yeah, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, Akash. So if you can again help us sharing your screen.
Yeah, sure, Vinay.
I can also do that, but yeah, since you all guys are in the same environment, so the performance and stuff like that will be similar for all of you. So that's why I'm requesting you to share for the installation steps. Okay.
Yep, and my screen visible?
Yeah, now it's up for me, and I
Yeah.
think I hope for others as well. Okay. So okay, I need to share my screen for 5 minutes. So I can just
Oh,
go around the concept and then again we'll come back. Okay,
yeah, sure.
so let us pick up this. Okay, I hope my screen is available, right? And all of you can see my screen. When it comes to SailPoint product, okay, although it is a license-based product, at an enterprise level, so this is determined by how many identities enterprise is using, and according to that, with the counts of identities, we have all these sort of decisions made. But like the Microsoft organization, right? They know they have in the market there are so many pirated versions, but still they allow it because of they have this free advertisement. Similarly, for SailPoint, they allow the sandbox environment. They allow their although all these whatever we'll be using and software you see right around SailPoint, that was also paid once and charged, but uh, that was already downloaded, installed, and we had it. And right now, uh, all those as part of archive, those are available uh, in the community site. So I hope all of us have access to Compass SailPoint community. And if someone who is not aware during this course, will be using that frequently. So this product is, as I mentioned, Java based platform, and we use 4 important components when we talk about installation deployment, right? Installation and deployment of the war file or the product that we are getting from the vendor. So first thing, we should have a clarity that SailPoint is not something customized by us or in your organization. It is an in-house tool, internal tool developed by somebody within the organization, so that we can go ahead and customize it from the backend product at will. So there are certain instruction steps we need to use. Similarly, for installation as well, we need to have some defined uh, components which we should have, based on which the installation and deployment part will be successful. So for installation, the first thing we need is a Java environment. So a Java development kit and a Java runtime environment, which will help. This is a basic for any Java-based product to run. So we all know about Java virtual machine, like how we want that in order so that any Java-based product in any machine we can run. Similarly, this is the one of the basic components we want to have. As SailPoint is not a console based or a Windows based application, it's a web based. So when we are trying to in our respective project environments, we see we are not actually double clicking like clicking on an exe file and SailPoint is opening. We are going ahead and we are accessing a load balancer URL or a environment specific server specific URL to go ahead and load the uh, product. So here we need to ensure that the basic application server or web related server, Windows server is available. And as part of that, we have this component called Apache Tomcat, or we can have another as well, JBoss, right? So similar to these softwares, there are many softwares, and each day something or the else is coming out. So that will be easy to get a hold of Google or Chat GPT. But in a nutshell, we need an application server which is compatible to host a Java related product or the Java files, right? So for that, we'll be using Apache Tomcat 8.5 here. You can also use 9.0. And using this only, we can host the files, the war file that is coming as part of the product itself. And that will be, the server will start, it will read those files, and it will be available for accessibility in the URL. Next, definitely, if we have the product, we will start inserting data and persisting enhancements. So we need a database. So in our case, it is MySQL. In our environment, we'll be using. However, SailPoint supports these three as well. Okay. And finally, once we prepare our environment with these three components, right? So the Java environment, the Apache to host the product, and database. Finally, we come to the actual product itself, IdentityIQ WAR file, which will be then expanded, and it's a package that comes up as part of a zip, but the WAR file which will actually expand, and then the web browser or Apache Tomcat will be utilizing those files to go ahead and launch it. Yeah. So this is what we'll be seeing while we are doing the installation. So this will be a quick one, and let's just observe the steps so that easily all of us, right now or after the session, you can carry out. Yeah, Bharat, go ahead.
So before we start, right, about the licensing part, how exactly from a business perspective, how SailPoint does the licensing? So just thinking of the fact that, like, let's say we are talking about the connectors, right? So in an organization, it depends on how many identities. Like I believe SailPoint licensing is depend on the how many identities it can host, is what I
Exactly.
believe, or is it
Yeah.
something different?
No,
Like
it is identities as well as the managers as well, right? How many
Mhm.
managers that will be coming in, but it depends from package to package, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of organization, they don't want the LCM. There are two modules, major modules. One is LCM, one is compliance, right?
Mhm.
So we'll be seeing while installation right now, how that comes into the picture for licensing as well. So if an organization doesn't need the LCM module and just needs the compliance module, so again, that is part of a customized package. And yeah, the basic, the licensing part comes from the identities, whether it is LCM manager module or compliance manager module. A vision of 3 years is taken into consideration, and an estimate is given to SailPoint uh, vendor that, okay, these are the identities, these many identities that will be onboarded. Okay. And whether it's inactive, active, right, or terminated identity, all are considered as part of licensing. So even though,
Even the archival, Pranit, even the archival, like terminated and active is fine. Even the
yeah, so
archival
if it
part.
is hanging, yeah, if it is hanging there in IIQ, so it is an object, it is still an object,
Mhm.
and it is persisting in the database, right? So
Okay.
when SailPoint support will come back to support any issues, so that will be considered as one of the object taking space in the database. So even it is marked inactive, terminated, it doesn't matter. It is part of the licensing, package.
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, this, we can't be very have a very precise answer, because SailPoint team itself now, from their business perspective, they have a lot of flexibility around that. So with identity now coming, as you must be knowing, and like most of us would be knowing, that this licensing part and identities, everything is gone from the onboarding of the product. Now all most of the control is with the SailPoint vendor itself. Right now, whatever we are doing for IIQ, the customization and all. So with identity now, all that is gone. So there, the licensing part is different. It's based on the cloud related environment
The
specific.
infra related, right? The infra, how
Right.
much load balance? Okay.
Absolutely. Right. So all those hyper VMs, all those concepts come in related to cloud environment, and the licensing is being done on that particular aspect. So yeah, but yeah, as long as
So
the IIQ is
Pranit,
being,
like no free version is available for SailPoint IQ
sorry, no free.
version.
Yeah. So what we'll be doing right now is a sandbox environment, free. So for
Okay.
practice and for promoting, still that's why
Mm-hmm.
they have given this provision. The provision is still there to use any sandbox environment. But yeah, from at an enterprise level, the game changes. There the business team comes into the picture, and they will try to sell their product, even though they ensure they add value. But as a business, it is important you are able to sell the maximum, where
Yes.
where the customer will find it useful. So yeah, a lot of things goes there. But yeah, as a basic someone, we are included in one of the calls where we want to give a suggestion. So the thing starts with this, like how many identities are expected, and what infrastructure, how many servers it will be, you will be utilizing the support those number of identities, what is the hardware sizing will be required. So all those comes as part of the licensing and the budget or billing based calls.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. And sandbox level, anyone can use, right?
Correct. Yeah. Right. So the software
Oh,
and the installation process you will see now. So that you can use in any OS, in any system, and wherever
okay.
you have a minimum 4 GB RAM system, you can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Bharat.
Yeah, that's the question next I have. I'm just going through the itineraries, right? So next thing is you are talking about the Java, Apache, and the required databases, which are like prerequisite for installing the identity war file.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
So it,
Right.
as
Yeah.
you said, it is SailPoint is not an exe file where we will be getting a readme.txt where it says that, okay, these are the requirement, these are the prerequisite or minimum requirement for particular software to be installed within your VM or your local. So since this is a web-based, how exactly a candidate or a person who is trying to work on, or who's getting to, or who wants to get an hands on, how exactly will he or she knows that, okay, these are the required softwares, or at least the versions, right? So we you since we are in software industry, we know that all version doesn't support the newer SailPoint, or like there will be a minimal version, right? This is the minimal version that is required. So how exactly will be knowing that? Does SailPoint provide a readme.txt file, or how exactly? Java, we have multiple versions. What versions should be installed? What version of Apache should be installed?
So Bharat, exe file, whenever we have a software as exe file, so that is not considered as web based. Okay. So
Yeah, exactly. My
yeah,
question
right.
is, since
So
it is a web based,
readme,
how exactly we will know?
yeah. So readme doesn't depend on whether anything is web based or whether anything is a Windows application. So readme is something as an instruction we provide, or any developer or any vendor they provide for easy assessment of how to onboard that application. So whether it is exe, whether it is war file, or whether we are getting a URL, so that doesn't impact in SailPoint as well. No, in the whole package, what we'll be seeing right now, you will get all that information. Okay. So exe is just that we double click, we install that software. In case of SailPoint, it's not just a double click. We need to generate a URL which will help us to read all the components of the product. So to answer your question, SailPoint will also give you README. It will give you release notes, okay, where you have all the information as to what database are allowed, what version for which version of the product, what components of Java and Apache Tomcat, or which version of Java and Apache Tomcat is required. Even the installation steps are also there in the
Okay.
package.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions before we actually, if you want to know something out of curiosity before we start and go ahead with installation? Okay, Akash. Yeah. Then over to you. Let's quickly go and complete our, first checklist, the installation part.
Yep. I
Okay.
think Java Nestle is already there, right?
Yeah, no, it is just the, as we were mentioning, right? This is the exe file. we need to install Java. So do one thing, copy, no, it is in downloads, right? So no need to copy or something. Yeah, let's just follow the steps. As I mentioned, first Java should be there. So go ahead and double click on Java and start installing.
Done. Development tools, yeah, anything need to like say change.
No, just do next, and
Okay.
complete.
Targeting componentization.
Okay, done. Yeah. So let that path be that C program file. So that should be usually. Yeah.
So
So
Java
others
8 right? Right, Vinay?
correct. Yeah. So others as well. You can you can try keeping up the pace. If not, that's absolutely fine. We can take one by one, because we want in each of our systems, whoever have already got the VMs are in there, we should be having at least the installation part and the authoritative application, which we will be onboarding. So once these two, yeah, close. Once these two are done in each of your system, then whether you are you doing the customization along with me or you are doing later, it doesn't sort of impact. That you can do at your convenience. But yeah, these two things is important. So Java done, as I mentioned. Next is Apache, right? So go
Yes.
to software.
Okay.
You
This one,
see the
first one?
Apache there. Yeah.
Don't get.
So yeah, before this, we want to have a structured environment. So in C
Okay.
drive, go and create a folder called SailPoint in C drive.
Instant drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open, yeah, SailPoint.
This one done.
Yep. Now, yeah, now extract Apache, right? Extract it by right click.
Desktop all,
Extract
right?
all, and extract in that folder which we have. So browse to C drive SailPoint. So this you can do at like the way you want, but what I'm suggesting here will ensure that inside zip file the Apache is not there. So if it's there, SailPoint won't be able to connect to Apache because it will be in the zip file. So extract it here.
79 lines from desktop. Okay, like basically Apache is for the server, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a local server. Here we are managing it ourselves in your project environment. The dev and QA also you will be getting access, but I think for prod there will be a different infra team who will be handling all these servers. So for our environment it is a single server, but for different client environments there will be multiple. So we'll come to that part as well as part
So
of
this is like
architecture.
a type of only local server, huh? Not production and development, anything.
No, the same server you will be seeing in production and other environments, but the
Okay.
scale will be reduced. Scale will be larger. Here
Okay.
it is in a smaller scale. Like, we are not very much concerned around the Apache settings and all, the port and all. So we'll be using everything as default. But at
Okay.
the client environment, there will be larger server management, more identities, a huge sort of synchronization we need. So things will be different there. We'll come to that part as well, how to manage with the
So
different
I think are so many local servers also available. So for this, like any like mandatory, can we use only Apache server in SailPoint?
No, you can use any JBoss, any
Yeah,
other
I
server
think,
which is supported.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, like we can use any like local server, right? Not mandatory
correct.
to use Apache one.
No, not mandatory. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
as
Puneet.
Bharat requested, right? So what is supported? So we'll be seeing that as well during the installation. So okay, great. Apache done. Now let's configure database.
So like you need to like anything in this? Do anything? Apache Tomcat.
No. For now, nothing. For now,
Okay.
nothing.
Then
Go to
SQL.
database. Yeah. Again, install. Double click and install. So
Yeah.
all of us, please, uh, give little attention here. Although this is nothing sort of mandatory steps in order to install SailPoint, because for MS SQL and Oracle it will be different. But since we'll be using this VM as part of our customization, and it's very straightforward, MySQL. So as a database, this will be useful. Uh, if anyone is a database administrator here, right? So they can utilize their proficiency in configuring MS SQL or Oracle or DB2. All three of them is supported.
This option, right? Developer default.
No, let's go to custom.
Okay, custom.
Because we want very specific components of MySQL, which will be useful for SailPoint or our environment. So we won't go and
Okay.
experiment right now. So go to next. Here we need an editor, okay, and a server. So MySQL first, MySQL servers. Yeah, click on that expansion. MySQL Server 8. Click on that.
This one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, send this to the right tab. I mean, click on that arrow, green arrow there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to applications. MySQL Workbench.
Workbench. Okay.
Again, expand. So this is the editor where you will be writing queries. Yeah, click on that.
Okay, this is editor, right?
Yeah.
Workbench.
Okay, do next. So it will ask for in case of SailPoint, it asks Java, like it needs Java. Similarly, MySQL, it will need a platform, .NET platform. So that will automatically be installed. So you can go next.
So like anything need to like do here?
No,
Like
right.
click on next.
No, click on next.
Okay, only workbench server required only.
Yep, right.
Okay. And my products.
Praneeth, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
Before
No problem.
we are talking about the connectors, right? So you were saying like we will explore on the JDBC MySQL connector. So I could see that there is an option to add connectors over here. So do we need to add that, or?
This connector is with database, right? The connectors we are talking about will be with
Authoritative source.
SailPoint. Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah. So it will be for SailPoint. So
Okay.
database connectivity connectors, that is different. So we don't want it right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, thanks
Yep.
for checking on that part. Yeah, now you can execute Akash.
Execute. Okay.
Yeah, so others as well who are trying to also install parallelly, let us know if there are any questions. Yeah, close. Next.